Hi, this is John Delancey, and you are listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
Today on MWIRE Weekly, we'll be discussing a major science fiction reboot, what to look for coming to Netflix in June, the casting of Harry Houdini, Thanos, a discussion of the movie Chef, and our second movie game segment. All that and more coming up on MWIRE Weekly. All right, thanks for sticking with us. As I said, this is MWIRE Weekly. I am your host, Optimus Solo, and joining me, as usual, is Adolfo Shabadoo. Nate, hello.
Hello.
I can say that. And Fridley Sant. Matt, hello.
Greetings.
Greetings. As we do every week, we will start our podcast off looking at the box office from this past weekend. A couple new movies that were hitting, Maleficent and A Million Ways to Die in the West, and it was not a contest at the box office. Maleficent dominated, coming in at number one for the week, going against some decent competition. Maleficent number one at $70 million even. X-Men Days of Future Past drops down to number two with $32.5 million. A Million Ways to Die in the West opens up at number three with just over $17 million, and then rounding out the top five is Godzilla, dropping from second to fourth with $12 million, and Blended with a little over $8 million. Any surprises at Maleficent dominating by that much, Matt?
I don't know. I'm not surprised. I mean, it's been good for movies like that, action movies with a history from something else. I think it's not surprising that it didn't do $90 million like all of the comic book movies, especially with Days of Future Past only being in its second week. Maybe it's a little surprising that it did twice as well as Days of Future Past, but otherwise not too crazy.
And as far as big droppers go, The Other Woman dropped about 62%, Heaven is for Real, and Captain America both dropped over 60%. As far as milestones coming up, we might see The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in the next couple weeks. If it sticks around, might have an outside shot of breaking the 200 million domestic mark. Other than that, not much milestones as far as like major money spots. X-Men Days of Future Past is currently sitting at 162 total gross against a 200 budget. It should only need another 2 weeks or so to pass that. I don't see that being a problem. And Godzilla sits at 174 with that extra 12 million. There wasn't much shocking or much surprising this week at the box office as far as major drops or whatever. I guess some people are considering A Million Ways to Die in the West opening at number 3 with 17 million to be somewhat of a disappointment. But I think anytime a new movie opens and it's in the top 3, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I think Lego Movie didn't make $70 million, and it's still number one.
Yeah. Looking at the actual year, 2014 so far, we have had some shaking going on there with all these comic book movies coming out, and the comic book movies are now dominating the top 5. We still have the Lego Movie clinging to the number one spot by just about $10,000. Captain America will soon take that spot. Lego Movie is at $255.16, and Captain America is at $255.15. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man 2 is now in the number 3 spot with $192 million. Godzilla in the number 4 spot with $174, and X-Men Days of Future Past in the number 5 for $162. So Divergent, Ride Along, Neighbors, Rio have all dropped out of the top 5, and it is superheroes from here on out, looks like.
Well, except Godzilla.
Except Godzilla and the Lego Movie, which will... It'll be hard to dethrone that from the top 5. It should probably be there most of the year with a $255 million gross. Anything else about the box office that stood out to you guys? Or looking at the yearly numbers so far?
No.
All right. Then we will get into some movie headlines. A little bit of news here this week, some more interesting probably than others for everybody. This really has nothing to do with movie news, but I thought it was interesting. There's been basically a new movie poster for Sin City has been released just about every week, and the latest one featured Ava Green, and apparently that's getting banned in multiple countries because it shows too much of a curvature of the breast. So if there's Sin City fans or Ava Green fans, I'm sure you can go on the good old internet and find that poster and see why it's getting banned here and there and everywhere. But I had someone that was talking about Sin City this week, and they said that it's, what did they said? It said it was the best, their favorite comic book adaptation of a film ever. I need to see Sin City.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
No, I still haven't seen it.
Oh, gotta go in the stack.
Yeah.
We should do that, soon.
Yeah.
I need to see it before the second one comes out, that's for sure. As far as some other stuff, I'm not familiar with the Gray Man whatsoever, but apparently Captain America 2 directors, Joe and Anthony Russo, have signed on to write and direct The Gray Man, which is about, it's a spy thriller in the classic 70s mold. A CIA spook turned assassin who goes on the run to try and save his daughters. So if there are any fans, apparently this has been something, it's based on a novel, it's been around for years, being thought about, made into a movie, but it looks like it finally has some people signed up to write and direct it. So fans of the Russo brothers, that's what you're looking for next out of them.
They sound like they'd be good for that. I was just saying, they sound like they'd be good for that. That was kind of how Captain 2 was.
Yeah, I can see that working, and it seems like they kind of have a good feel for that vibe. As far as Ant-Man stuff, we talked a little bit about last week as far as the Edgar Wright leaving, the sudden departure from the Ant-Man. There was an article this week from Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn, who came out there and commented on that. And this is quotes from him. He posted a statement on his Facebook page. He called it a breakup, calling Wright and Marvel friends while admitting his sadness at seeing them go their different ways. Not really a big newsworthy story, but it's just interesting to see how many people are reacting to his departure from the Ant-Man. And there's nothing really new to report as far as who's going to take the helm. There's been lots of names flying around, but we don't really want to report on it until we get a substantial article on who's going to take the helm. And it also has spawned a bunch of articles throughout the internet of other movies that have had last-minute changes in the directors, which ones have worked, which ones haven't worked. So a lot of buzz about this story going around that I'm sure everyone listening has read something about in the past week. And Jurassic World. There's some news about Jurassic World. Director, I can never say his name right, but because I always want to say tomorrow, but it's Colin Trevorrow. And there's been some plot details about Jurassic World that have been leaked onto the internet, and he basically confirmed that those are true plot details. And so people that are fans of Jurassic Park and looking forward to Jurassic World, it will revisit the original digs of Jurassic Park being Isla Nublar. It'll feature a real-life theme park welcoming 20,000 visitors a day, who basically go from Costa Rica to attend the park, which hosts a zoo, hotels, golf course, and some nightclubs. So that's apparently the setting that we're going to be seeing for this Jurassic World.
Yeah, it just sounds like the first one, you know?
Yeah. With an updated thing, it talks about, having ridiculously incompetent, or not incompetent, but naive teenagers dealing with their cell phones and technology while getting eaten by T-Rexes or something like that. It just has that vibe that it's going to be just an updated version of the first movie.
It's going to be a relaunch, but not. Read that quote he gives at the end. I love that quote.
Do you have it pulled up?
I don't.
Okay. His quote at the end, let me see here. I'll get to it one second. Oh, yeah. I hope whoever leaked it is actively trying to undermine what we're doing, because if they're trying to help, they're doing it wrong.
That's good.
So, and speaking of, there seems to be a theme, if you've been with us on MWIRE Weekly over the last, 6 months, that any and all things 80s will be rebooted, will be remade, will have sequels, will be reimagined. There's nothing that happened in the 80s that is going to be safe or free of new hands being on it. And I thought this article kind of speaks to that same obsession with the 80s somewhat. There was an article that the Ferris Bueller glass house from the movie has just sold recently, this past week, looks like, for $1.06 million. So anything connected to 80s stuff is gold. So if you remember that house, we'll have some new owners and we'll see what they do with it. But also, along with other 80s things, we were talking about sequels and remakes. Well, there's 3 of them before we get into the new Netflix movies. There's 3 remakes that I wanted to bring up. One I could not care about at all because I didn't see the first one. I know it was a huge success, though. Apparently there will be a sequel coming to My Big Fat Greek Wedding that has nothing to do with 80s, but I wanted to get that one out of the way. So if there is any fans of My Big Fat Greek Wedding, I don't know what the sequel will be. My Big Fat Greek Divorce, I don't know. My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding.
What? You ever seen that TV show?
No.
It's one of those reality. There's like it's a reality TV show. It's one of the few ones that Amy likes to check in on. It is terrifying.
And for those of you that don't know, My Big Fat Greek Wedding had a $5 million budget back in 2002, and it made $368 million worldwide. So
pretty
on
good.
$5 million, it made $368. So I guess the more surprise would be the bigger surprise would be how it took over 10 years for them to try to milk that for some more money. 2 other remakes. One basically is like the best example possible of what I was talking about, that like it doesn't matter if anything was from the 80s or 90s, late 80s, early 90s, it's going to be remade. And the latest title to get the rumor treatment on that would be Cliffhanger, starring Sylvester Stallone.
Perfect silence.
Cliffhanger.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
I was gonna say, have you seen it, Kevin?
No.
I
don't know.
actually did see it as a child, probably like 6 years old, since that's about how old I would have been.
Mm-hmm.
I do not remember it because I have a terrible memory. I remember it being like him hanging off of a cliff.
Yeah, I didn't think that film. The thing about these remakes, it's not like the typical like, oh, there's, you know, like I get it, like when Transformers were like first got, you know, when they first decided they were going to do the Transformer movie with Michael Bay in the first one, that, you know, that makes sense. It's a huge franchise. It's had multiple cartoons, has toy line that's been on toy shelves for you know, a couple decades. Stuff like that makes sense. You know, G.I. Joe, even, you know, the continuation of the Die Hard franchise and stuff like that. But when they're just like picking these random one shot, you know, like one event films, it's not even franchises. They're just, it seems so bizarre to me.
This kind of did okay 20 years ago. Let's make another one.
Yeah, this was a film that a couple people watched, and that was it. A bigger news probably for people listening here would be the rebooting of not just a film, but an entire franchise. Roland Emmerich is apparently going to reboot Stargate. The article says he's been talking about it for years, but he's finally ready to reboot his 1994 sci-fi Stargate, launching a new trilogy of films that take place beyond the wormhole.
The article says remake, and the quote, I think he even says remake, but it doesn't sound like it's a remake. I don't know. I'm hesitant, because I've watched a lot of the Stargate stuff, and I kind of like it.
That's one franchise I've always wanted to watch stuff of that I have not yet still. But I want to get into it.
We got access to the first like 6 seasons on HBO because it's Amy's favorite TV show of all time.
So we might have to check that out. And how many movies has there? There's been a number of movies. That's what I thought.
I think there was like I think it was 2 movies, 3 TV shows.
Gotcha. All right, and we've never done this before, but I wanted to kind of bring this up. Maybe it'll be something that some of our listeners find useful. But there's obviously articles every month about what new titles will be coming to Netflix that you can watch for, and we'll put this link in our episode post. It's too big of a list to to recite on air here, but as far as Netflix titles coming in June, there's quite a few that you might be interested in if you haven't seen it. I'm going to name a few more of the more recent ones that you might be interested in. Lawless was a pretty good film from a couple years ago. That'll be coming to Netflix. Both the original and the remake of Old Boy will be there. I know people have probably heard us talking about that. You can check that out on Netflix starting in June. What else over here? Short Circuit 2. And weren't we talking about Trailer Park Boys a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like making a new movie.
Yeah, there's 2 Trailer Park Boys titles that will be there. Wayne's World will be available on Netflix.
Harriet the Spy.
Yeah. My Girl and My Girl 2.
Tarzan and Tarzan 2.
I have to admit, I've always wondered what things come and go from Netflix, and I never looked it up. So I'm enjoying the list. If none of our customers.
I can finally watch The Pirate Fairy for free.
Yeah, after being out for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Some old classics that'll probably be remade at some point here in the future. Clear and Present Danger. We got First Night, Escape from Tomorrow. The Bonnie and Clyde, Apocalypse Now.
I want to watch that.
Annie Hall. So there's some classic stuff, some newer stuff. So check out our episode post. You can click on it. It'll have a whole link to the extensive list. There's also also includes TV series that'll be coming out. Pretty Little Liars. I know a lot of people watch that. So check that out, and we'll try to keep doing that once a month when they give us the new stuff. The Romeo and Juliet from last year also will be available on Netflix, not to be confused with the other 16 versions of Romeo and Juliet. But I know Dan saw that last year. He didn't think it was too bad. So if you're a fan of adaptations of Shakespeare stuff, you can check that out as well. It'll be available this week. As far as casting calls go, Nicolas Cage to star in John McTiernan's Red Squad.
Oh.
So John McTiernan, people should know as a director from the Die Hard franchise. So apparently he's teaming up with Nicolas Cage in the Red Squad film. I don't know if that's based on... It's about a band of mercs who face off against a drug lord in a Mexican border town. So yeah, and this is John McTiernan's going to be his first film since spending the last 12 months in prison.
What was he in prison for?
Wiretapping affair with some type of racketeering, and
all right.
I don't know what exactly happened, but I know it says, according to the article, Samuel L. Jackson, Alec Baldwin, Brad Bird were supporting a free John McTiernan Facebook page. And now he's out, and he's going to make a film with Nicolas Cage.
Sounds good.
Not any of the guys that signed up on the Facebook page. Someone, that'll actually work with him, I guess.
Also, I know this isn't a movie, but we have mentioned a few times the subject of Daredevil. And the Marvel Daredevil TV series apparently is going to star Charlie Cox, who is going to play Matt Murdock. I'm not familiar with him, but he appears in something called Stardust.
Oh, you haven't watched Stardust?
Oh, Stardust is good.
Yeah, I have not seen that.
I've got it.
And he's also in Boardwalk Empire, second and third season.
Another good show.
So fans of Daredevil can sound off on their feelings of Charlie Cox being cast in that TV series. Quentin Tarantino, I know this was news back in the fall because somebody leaked the Hateful Eight script and he said he wasn't going to do it, but apparently now he will shoot it in November of this year, and guess what? Samuel L. Jackson is confirmed as being a part of it.
Oh, of course.
Also Bruce Dern, Michael Madsen, Kurt Russell, James Remar, among some other people. The plot takes place in a post-Civil War Wyoming, where a band of stagecoach passengers are stranded during a blizzard. And Samuel L. Jackson and Kurt Russell will play bounty hunters, and Bruce Dern a Confederate general, and then there will also be a cowboy and a female prisoner.
I like it. Those are all good things.
So,
yeah, I'm so excited for this one.
I think Quentin Tarantino can keep doing Western-style stuff, and we will keep eating it up.
Yeah.
So all about it.
Although knowing Quentin Tarantino, he'll never make like a movie feel the same as another movie that he's ever made. Like every movie he makes is like its own separate thing.
He's very big into that idea.
Like every Western he'll make will end up feeling completely different. So I'm just really curious to see what this one will turn out to be.
Yeah, me too. I think it has the makings of something that could be pretty darn good. A Harry Houdini film apparently is going to be made. The Secret Life of Harry Houdini. And apparently the novel has been described as a groundbreaking biography, with the authors attempting to expose the man behind the myth and explain just why he became such a daredevil. And we already have a casting as far as who will be playing Harry Houdini. And when you look at a picture of Harry Houdini, I guess this shouldn't surprise too many people because he actually somewhat looks like he can pull off the look without much work. It's going to be Johnny Depp to produce and star in The Secret Life of Harry Houdini, and apparently the book adaptation is going to be an Indiana Jones-style thriller.
I'm down.
Me too.
So, good to see Johnny Depp doing something a little different.
Yeah, because he's not like a side comic relief character in this one. I don't know much about Houdini, but I think that would be something that people would be interested. I mean, people know the name, but probably don't know a lot about him. So maybe that would, maybe people will have some interest in a Harry Houdini movie. And you guys will know more about this next one than I do. But Karen Gillian, am I saying that right? Karen Gillian.
Karen Gillian joins Ty West's revenge western in the movie In a Valley of Violence. And you guys know her from
Doctor Who.
All right. So the thing says from Doctor Who to the Wild West. So she will be playing a role in this revenge western in a valley of violence. So westerns are trying to make a comeback.
They're succeeding.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of good westerns recently.
It says she's going to join Ethan Hawke, John Travolta, and somebody that I can't say the name of, and it's going to be a murky tale about a small-town hotel set in the 1890s. There will be blood, there will be bullets, and there will be Ethan Hawke seeking revenge for the murder of his best friend. Spoiler alert, I guess. As far as a couple other casting calls, Alice in Wonderland 2, for those people that are excited about that... Risa fans will play Johnny Depp's father. So, I guess there's that.
Rhys Ifans?
Yeah.
Who is that?
The lizard from Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh. Yeah.
He's going to be playing Johnny Depp's dad in Alice in Wonderland 2.
He's younger than Johnny Depp.
Nothing about that movie should make any sense anyways. It's coming out in 2016, and it will star also Johnny Depp, Maya Wasikowska, Helena Bonham Carter, obviously. Yeah. I have no interest in that film, and maybe things will change. But,
I feel like you were about to say, I have no interest in that film, and neither should you.
No, that's what I should have said. And bigger casting for geeks everywhere, I guess. Thanos in Guardians of the Galaxy will be played by none other than Josh Brolin.
That's a good choice.
So, Josh Brolin, Thanos, Guardians of the Galaxy, stuff still keeps adding to what I like about that film. I like the trailers. I like the casting. I like Josh Brolin. Hopefully it won't disappoint. You guys like Josh Brolin in that role?
I think
you know more about Thanos than I do.
Yeah, you know more about Josh Brolin than I do.
Josh Brolin's a really
powers
good.
Combined.
He's a really good character actor. Like he can pretty much pull off whatever he wants to do. The only thing that keeps him from being amazing is mainly the direction of the film or other issues. I haven't really seen a Josh Brolin movie that I've had an issue with him.
Right.
Like, he always seems to do a good job.
Yeah, I'm interested to see his addition to this crazy cast of Guardians of the Galaxy. And we haven't had a delay news in a while, so let's get one of those out there. The Raid remake is now being delayed until 2015.
So no Raid 2 coming in 2014. Sorry, Raid fans. But those that want to see the first Raid and now have a lot more time to do so.
Wait, no, this is the remake, the American remake. Raid 2 is already out.
Oh, Raid 2 is already out. I can't keep my raids straight.
Yeah, this is us remaking a movie.
Ah.
Yeah, because I was like, wait a second, I have Raid 1, Raid 2 already came out, what's going on?
Raid remake. So Raid 1, Raid 2, and Raid remake.
It's like the Old Boy, though, you know?
Ah.
It's like...
Gotcha.
We're like...
Are you guys fans of the first two?
I haven't seen them.
Me either. I own it, it's in the stack.
They bought it in hopes that it would come to our theater, and then it went in, and then went out of the theaters without ever showing up.
Gotcha. Well, apparently this Raid remake's going to have Luke Evans, Anthony Mackie, and Ethan Hawke again. Ethan Hawke making the rounds for a lot of movies these days. As far as trailer talk, there was some just like additional trailers to stuff like Annie, Get On Up, Earth to Echo, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So anybody excited about those films, you can see the additional trailers on the website link. As far as new trailers, we had This Is Where I Leave You, The Congress, Affluenza, What If, Kill the Messenger, the animated film The Book of Life, A Walk Among the Tombstones, Begin Again, a new version of Left Behind, and The Art of the Steal. Nate, did you get a chance to watch any of the trailers, and if so, did any of them catch your interest?
Oh yeah, I watched all the trailers. The Congress looks really weird and kind of cool. Lots of different art styles going into that movie, so that could be interesting to watch. I don't know how good of a movie it would be, but I don't know.
It reminds me of a lot of. I mean, obviously, it's from the guy that did Waltz with Bashir. Or the people that did that, but it has a lot of the feel of some classic kind of under the radar animated films. I'm trying to think of like specific titles, like heavy
metal.
Heavy metal, yeah. With like a little bit of like a Fritz the Cat almost. I don't know. It just has like a bunch of different cool things going on with almost like a little Roger Rabbit.
I don't know. The first thing I thought of was Scanner Darkly. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. That's another one that I would put in that same group. I just thought it was interesting that they even referenced like it stars Robin Wright, but they're like portraying her in a very real way, like they're even talking about her role in Princess Bride, and
she plays herself in that movie.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm interested to see what happens with that one. I'll definitely give it a watch at some point. I don't know if that's probably not going to be in a theater near us, but
right.
I can watch it once it comes to some type of digital form, maybe. What else, Nate?
Kill the Messenger looked really good. It's got Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Doing cool stuff. I don't know. Like, I'm glad that he's getting more roles and he's doing well, it seems. I don't know.
He's got a Tony Stark situation going on his face. He's like, I like what Robert Downey Jr. did in the Avengers, so I'm going to grow that facial hair for this movie. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the Book of Life?
I'm interested in that. It's like produced by Guillermo del Toro, and I don't know. The art style looks cool. It looks like a really different movie. Like it's not DreamWorks or Pixar. It's something completely different. So
it seems like animated films recently are doing 1,000 times better at being unique and creative than live action films.
Yeah. There comes with like that comes with like the animation. It has to be made by like an artist. So,
well, I'm just saying, like, but if you took a step back and you went back like 5 or 10 years ago, it was not like that. Every animated film we got was a 2 or a 3 or a 4, like a Madagascar Ice Age, like whatever, Kung Fu Panda 2, etc.
I gotcha.
And recently it just seems like there's been a lot of like even Wreck-It Ralph was different. This has a completely different style. There's just been like it seems like there's more of a variety than just doing sequels all the time, whereas live action has flipped it and now all they're doing is remakes and reboots. But I don't know, it definitely looked unique and interesting.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm gonna be the voice of dissent, say I'm not interested.
All right.
I can see that. I'm not saying necessarily that I think it's going to be like one of my favorite animated films or whatever. I just like the fact that it does look different and unique, even if it's not maybe necessarily like a style that I would flock to at times.
The two characters that are like, I don't know, I'm going to guess just about the thing, they're like death gods or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I love the look on those two characters. I just don't know if I could enjoy the look of all of the characters. Right. And I don't know. I don't know if I need to see that movie.
What about any of the trailers that you thought you should see, Matt?
Well, Nate,
any?
The Art of the Steal, definitely. Yeah. Like, I think I mentioned that from the first MWIRE I was on, and since, like, I am always down for a heist movie. They are what draw me in, and so that one looks great. And was it Begin Again? The Keira Knightley flick with what's his name, the Hulk, Ruffalo.
Oh yeah,
that one. Nate and
Adam Levine and CeeLo Green.
Sure. I know who Adam Levine is in that he's a famous guy that I've heard the name of, but I couldn't pick him out of the line. CeeLo I could. I mean, I enjoyed Gnarls Barkley. I've enjoyed his solo work. So
Adam Levine is the lead singer of Maroon 5, and he's also on The Voice.
A very high pitched singer.
Okay, I like Maroon 5. I don't know if I like him. It's kind of like, I don't like him. I don't know. Like, I don't dislike him. It's weird, though. They have a character in that's got his name's Dave Cole, and it's like it sounds like they're saying Dave Grohl. It's not Dave Grohl.
I thought the same thing. I was like, what? Taken Among the Tombstones seems like could be Liam Neeson doing what he does.
I was like, that's not what that's called. And I was like, oh wait, no, it's him doing Taken 3. This is why Taken 3 can't have anyone Taken in it, because he's doing another Taken movie with someone else first.
No, now he's there's nobody left to take, so now he is walking amongst the tombstones, just seeing what's up there. No, I don't know. I mean, he does that role good, so like keep doing it, and people will keep watching it, and like you'll be remembered 30 years ago for like just like John Wayne as westerns, it will be like Liam Neeson is the kidnapping guy.
It's great though, because it's like they did it. They did a Taken 3. It's like no one can be taken in this one, so it's Taken, but now they're dead, and now he has to do like they reinvented the Taken movie.
He knows what he's doing. And I don't know. Apparently, Left Behind is being remade.
We needed it.
Starring Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage. Oh,
so
man.
That's like to me that's a perfect casting. Put Nicolas Cage in a Left Behind remake.
Why? Why make a Left Behind movie again? We've seen the rest of them. It's fine. They're done.
Nate, you've seen the rest of them.
Yeah, I've seen all 3 of them. The only one I haven't seen is the one with Mr. T in it. That wasn't actually a Left Behind movie, but I still want to see it. It's like Mr. T fighting demons.
I didn't even know there was 3 of them.
Oh, yeah, I got them all.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Any other trailers you guys wanted to bring up that sparked your interest?
Oh, that one that we saw when we went to Chef, Nate.
Yeah.
With the Jewish girl and the Christian guy. Did we miss that one? Was that in a MWIRE and I didn't get to talk about it?
Oh, no, that's not in our list. But
what was the name of it?
I don't remember. It's about
Jewish lady that does the Christian boy. I don't know.
I don't think that's the name of the title.
It's like a Jewish comedian, and she's all depressed and whatever, and then I don't know. She has a baby, and like is gonna have an abortion. Doesn't want to tell. I don't know. I don't remember.
I think that was one of the ones that maybe just slid by on one of the previous weeks.
Yeah, probably.
Because that vaguely sounds familiar, and I wouldn't have any other way unless I saw a trailer for it. But I'm sure one of the listeners will point out the title of that movie, and we'll be able to be like, yes, that one.
What did you want to say about that one, Matt?
It looked like a lot of fun.
Oh, really? I
yeah,
didn't care
totally
about it.
Down for that one. Really?
I don't know.
I would like. I'm not a romantic comedy guy, so like, one that looks interesting, I want to see.
Yeah. And I am still sticking with trying to not see any more Dawn of the Planet of the Apes stuff, so I will keep avoiding that. And I didn't see much different in the Annie and Get On Up trailers that would change my opinion on those films.
The one you sent me for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was a Japanese trailer.
Oh, sweet. So you can see it from that angle.
Yeah.
All right, then that does it for the trailer talk. We'll be right back with our main attraction. We'll be talking a little bit about The Chef, and we'll get into another mini version of Movie Games. So we'll be right back after this break.
You bastard. Tell all your friends the main line's open. I got the best shit on the East Coast, practically uncut. You got that fuck face?
All right, thanks for sticking with us. It is time for the main attraction, and before we get to some of the other things, we're going to quickly do an overview of any movies that we've seen this past week. Nate, what movies had you seen this week?
On Friday we watched Solomon Kane, and then two others that I don't remember the titles.
Machine One.
Oh, Maximum Overdrive, yeah.
And Bloody Disney Fingers Weirdos.
No, I know what that one's called. Hold on. It's called Escape from Tomorrow? Yeah. Escape from Tomorrow.
I walked in at the end of Escape from Tomorrow and wanted to escape from my house.
Wordplay.
That's accurate.
Nobody needs to watch that.
You don't. Avoid it.
Don't do that to yourself.
It's a weird oddity of a movie, but it's not worth it. I don't know.
Avoid that film altogether. Maximum Overdrive, that's a good film to watch if you're having a crappy movie night, right?
It's a good film to watch if you're having an awesome movie night.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
That was the starring Lisa Simpson before she was...
No, hardly starring.
She is the biggest antagonist. Don't shoot the cars. Don't save those people. Don't do anything.
No offense to Yeardley Smith, but if you see this film, you will understand why most of her career has been voice acting. Even though she has a super annoying voice in that film, the acting was ridiculous. But that movie, everybody should watch that movie at some point just for fun and watch machines try to take over as a common setting for Earth.
I mean, just to see a steamroller run over a child, that's great.
You never get that.
No.
You get to see some interesting death scenes / injury scenes in that film. What was your guys' take on Solomon Kane?
I enjoyed it.
I wish we had paid more attention.
I was about to say that, yes.
I wish I hadn't been on the verge of falling into a coma.
Yeah.
By about the 1 hour mark, I'm just like, this movie's a lot better than I expected going in, and I have been paying not enough attention at this point.
Yeah. It was like, once there was like an old man talking, and then all of a sudden everything got really quiet. We listened to him for like 5 minutes, and then we were like, man.
Was that Max on Sydow?
Yeah.
He
was in that film too.
He was in it, and he plays an old man, but I couldn't tell if it was him or not because he was so beardy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when Max on Sydow starts talking, and it's just like, oh, the plot's coming together, and now everything makes sense. But I mean, here's the thing: you like fantasy things, you got to see it. In the first 10 minutes, he fights the Grim Reaper in a sword fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was badass.
It seemed much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I will need to watch that when I'm conscious again at some point. We watched something on Monday as well.
Me?
No, we did.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
It was a holiday weekend, so we got together on Monday and watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
And that, I can say without reservation that if you have not seen that movie, go see it immediately.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is.
That is all kinds of fun. Robert Downey Jr., the narrating is awesome. I don't know. That's a movie you can rewatch multiple times, probably.
I love movies that have a non-traditional narrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing. Well, I mean, if done right, it's always a good thing.
That movie is just a lot of fun. I mean, there's action, there's comedy. It's just a fun, entertaining film, and it's definitely on a list of must-see films for any movie buff.
It's a very black comedy, though.
Or dark comedy.
Dark comedy.
Black comedy is different.
Aw, it's got Kevin Hart in it.
And Tyler Perry. Did you guys see anything else besides those films?
Nope. I literally didn't. I
don't think I did.
Very busy week, I guess.
All right. Well,
only watched 4 films.
I mean, sometimes the week just gets in the way, and that's all you can see. You guys, however, both saw Chef this week in theaters. I did not see Chef, so I cannot talk too much about it. But if you guys want to real quick give an overview of your experience in the theater, and is Chef something that people should see, we can give a rating and everything for it. So, Matt, I'll let you start with Chef.
Okay, so Chef is one of the 2 movies that I've seen the trailers of that are just like heartwarming movies about cooks, because there's Chef and the 100-Foot Journey. Chef, Nate latched onto immediately at the trailer. I was like, it looks like fun. I don't know. And then the 100-Foot Journey, I latched onto, and Nate was like, whatever, I'll go see it if you want. And that said, Chef was way better than I expected. So going in, I didn't expect much. And after having seen it, I don't know if I need to see another heartwarming movie about cooking. Because this one did it.
I heard the words food porn.
Yes.
Which is actually a very common term. I mean, this is a movie for foodies. Like, if you consider yourself a foodie, if you know what the word foodie means, you would probably enjoy this movie. Because it's just them going around, taking bits of cultural food and then mixing it with other cultures and making food. It's just fun. And I will say it requires you to do a little more work than the movies we've been watching. You have to make a few intuitive leaps. Like, there's a lot of time passages where they don't show the sun going up and down. They don't show anything. You just gotta realize.
Right.
Interesting.
Like it just I just enjoy watching. Crap! I always forget his name. Jon Favreau. I always forget his name. I enjoy watching him act. He's always fun to watch for some reason for me. But yeah, I mean, this movie was a lot of fun. It had a decent story. It's not gonna like blow your mind or anything. It's a pretty standard movie, but it just I don't know, everything about it worked.
It's diversion at its finest form. Like, it's exactly what you want to happen in a movie. A lot, some bits are predictable, but it still plays around in the genre a bit.
Yeah.
Who are the best actors or actresses in the film?
Jon Favreau totally wins. I don't know who's a sous chef.
John Leguizamo or the big
John Leguizamo. Yeah, John Leguizamo.
Okay.
He does a really good job of. Robert Downey Jr. does his best Jeff Goldblum impression. He's like
it's really weird. He had like in the movie, he's like a huge like part of the movie in that he and they show it in the trailers. He like gets him a food truck to work with, but he's in it for literally 5 minutes, not even. And he does the weirdest like act ever. He's just awkward and weird and.
It was somewhat reminiscent of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, actually. It's not like this was an entirely new venture.
Yeah.
But it was weird and fun.
But it was kind of funny to see, like, those two working together again. Because it's like, I am your bodyguard, Iron Man. Hey, I'm your wife's ex-boy, or whatever.
Your ex-wife's ex-husband.
I'm your ex-wife's ex-husband, right.
There was some fun with that wordplay, actually. Because essentially it's Jon Favreau's ex-wife's first husband, but they say ex-wife's ex-husband every time just to be more fun. But then also Scarlett Johansson was in it as the hostess at his first restaurant, and it's just like all these people that, I met these famous actors when I was shooting Iron Man 2, and I decided I wanted to write and direct and star in another movie, so I brought them with me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But seriously, this movie was literally just about him wanting to make a movie about food. Like, I feel like he's just like, man, I love food. Let's make a movie about it. Let's do it. What, you want to throw in a subplot about, like, me reconnecting with a kid? That's fine. Let's go. I want to make a sandwich.
It was great, and I loved it, and I would recommend it, for sure.
Yeah.
What about actual ratings for this one?
Okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. This is the second most entertaining film I've seen all year.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Wow.
I saw Captain America twice. I saw Spider-Man 2. Better than all, like more entertaining in the theater. It's funny because it's like all these, as we're going seeing all these big action movies, and it's like big action movies, like, see them in the theaters because the sound system's great. You want the huge picture. This movie does not benefit from the experience of seeing it in the theaters at all. It was still the second best theater experience I've had all year.
And I mean, your first is obviously the
Grand Budapest
right?
That's the hotel, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
So I'm gonna say Jon Favreau's Chef, 4.5.
Wow.
Nate, agree, disagree?
I don't think I can say it's that good since it's such a like a standard. It doesn't rejuvenate any sort of genre. It doesn't like go nuts or anything. It doesn't blow your mind. It doesn't. It's really predictable. It's very. It just is. It's what movies do, but it's well done. I'd give it probably a 3.5. I mean, it's a great movie. It's just it's not like a staple of the genre or anything.
You guys are the embodiment right now of Siskel and Ebert. I like it.
I enjoyed myself, and I think anyone who goes to it's going to enjoy themselves.
Well, that's good.
With or without people talking through the film, which Nate has a...
Nate and Megan were very, very bothered. I was not. Like, it was one of those things where it's like they talked... They whenever a thing came out, like, that looks good, or, hey, that's one of those things. But it's like, they were still fairly quiet, and the theater had about 10 people in it. If Nate and Megan were that bothered, they could have stood up, walked 5 seats to the left, and never heard them again. I don't know if they were bothered why they didn't. Like, we were the only ones in our row, right? And they were the only ones in their row.
Why were they sitting behind us? Like, it should have been sitting far away from us.
We sat down second.
No.
I'm almost certain that we were some of the last people that walked in that theater.
Oh.
That is a pet peeve of mine when the whole theater's open and someone comes and sits in the seat either directly behind or directly in front of you, only because I have long legs and I like to stretch them. But we will be also talking about Maleficent next week. I did see that this week, and Matt will be seeing it in this next week, so we will have a discussion of Maleficent. I don't want people to think that we're ignoring that film. There will be a discussion of that. I definitely look forward to talking about that, and if you haven't had a chance to go see that, I suggest you do so very soon. All right, so we are going to get into a second round of movie games. Did it, I don't know, a month or two ago, and we had some fun with it. I don't know if anybody else did, but we enjoyed ourselves. So we're going to keep doing stuff that we enjoy. And Matt, you won last time.
Really?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I remember doing really well at the beginning.
You 4 for 4'd and then got no more. I was like my 1, my 3, my 5, and my 8 or whatever, and then we went to sudden death, and I happened to guess right.
Okay.
Yes. So we have a couple. Matt's going to get to choose the type of game. I have a couple ready for us, and we will use the ones based on his choice here. You get to choose from either true or false, and that will be interesting movie facts that you guys will have to determine if the facts are true or false. The second option is called over-under, and that will be half Disney, half regular films. I'll be giving you numbers and stats about a film, and you'll have to tell me if that number is more or less than that. Or we have a 32 highest grossing movie franchises of all time, in which you guys can go back and forth trying to get the highest grossing franchises of all time. So, Matt, which do you feel the best about?
Oh, none of those, so I'm going to go with over-under, because it seems like the funnest.
All right. So he is going with over and under. We'll just alternate through here, and we'll keep track of who gets the most right. We're going to start with the Disney portion for the first half. So if you're a Disney fan, you might do better at this one. And we will start with Matt as well. And the first one for you, Matt, is the original number of original songs in The Lion King, and the number is 7. So is the actual number more or less than 7 original songs in The Lion King?
I'm going to go with more.
The number is actually 5. There was 5 original songs, so no point for Matt.
Wow.
And we will go over to Nate. Nate, the number of caballeros in Donald's posse.
Oh,
and the number is 5, and you need to go over or under 5.
Under.
Do you know the exact number?
Is it 4?
It's 3.
I was gonna say 3. I was like, they're like the 3 amigos, right?
The 3 caballeros. Yes.
I should have went with my instinct.
I don't even know what that is.
It was one of the Disney films made in between, they had Make Mine Music and Fun and Fancy Free and the 3 Caballeros. It was kind of in a transition phase between Snow White and some other films. Back to Matt now. The statement here is the number of lies told by Pinocchio, and the number you get is 14. In the movie Pinocchio, does he tell more than 14 lies or less than 14 lies?
I'm going to go with under because they've all been under so far.
And you are right. It is 6. 6 lies told by Pinocchio in that film. Back to Nathan.
Hi.
Words spoken by Dumbo, and your number is 1. Were there more than 1 or less than 1 word spoken by Dumbo?
We're talking unique.
Dumbo did not speak. 0, so under.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Dumbo does not speak. All right. This one seems fairly easy, but Matt, it's your turn. So, the hour at which Cinderella's magic fades, and the number is 10 o'clock. Is it later than 10 o'clock or earlier than 10 o'clock where her magic fades?
It's later.
Do you know what it is?
Isn't it midnight?
Yes. Midnight. So it's 2-2 right now.
I need the easy ones. Nate knows everything Disney.
These two both seem somewhat hard, these next couple here. You would really have to know this movie well, Nate. The number of dancing mushrooms in Fantasia. The number of dancing mushrooms in Fantasia, and your number is 15. Were there more than 15 dancing mushrooms or less?
I can't imagine them animating that many mushrooms. I'm going to go under.
The number is 7. There's only 7 dancing mushrooms in Fantasia. Matt, the number of bearded dwarfs. I'm assuming this is talking about Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. The bearded dwarfs, the number is 2. Is there more than 2 bearded dwarfs or less than 2?
It's way more, right?
It is way more. It is 6.
6. It's all but the dope.
Yes. All right.
I haven't even seen that movie, and I know.
You haven't seen Snow White?
I haven't seen any of the good Disney movies, or old Disney movies, or any of them.
No.
That's all right.
I've seen like 3 Disney movies. It's sad.
At least you saw Frozen.
I did.
Back to Nathan. The members of the Lost Boys. Was there more or less than 8 Lost Boys?
More.
There was 6 Lost Boys.
Dang it.
That's what I did to catch up.
Yes, so back to Matt. The number of male lions appearing in The Lion King, and your number is 2. Was there more or less than 2 male lions appearing in The Lion King?
Screw that. Screw that question.
That's a dumb one. Because it's definitely Mufasa, Simba, and Scar. I've seen this one. So there's more. So
it's closer than you think, because there's only those 3.
Wow, there's a bunch of them. Oh no, I guess it's usually all female lions and one male lion.
It's
so,
just those three, just Scar, Simba, and Mufasa.
I was thinking in the back of my head, like, maybe there were more that were in the background that weren't named, but that's not how Lion Pride works.
No. All right, getting into a different movie here. Daughters of Triton, Nathan.
Oh, God.
More.
Let me think of the song. Hold on.
More or less than 12?
Oh, there's way less than 12.
Your answer's under?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, there's 7 daughters of Triton. All right.
That would be a huge breakdown. They go through all the names in the song.
That's true. That would take a lot more names to get through in that song. The number of Alibaba's thieves, Matt, were there more or less than 20 thieves?
More.
Alibaba and the 40 Thieves.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right. King Arthur's age, Nathan. 42.
Wait. In the movie?
Disney movie here. King Arthur.
What about in the Holy Grail?
Over or under 42?
42?
Yeah, as the age of King Arthur.
Well, wasn't he a kid? Wait, are we talking about the Sword and the Stone?
I can't answer that.
Oh, Jesus. Under 42.
Yes.
Okay, good.
12.
Yeah. I was like, did they? Because I've never seen that movie. I didn't know if he grew up and was like an old man.
All right, back to Matt. The number of Genie's provisos, on wishing in Aladdin. How many provisos were there? And the number is 1. Is it over or under that?
What's proviso? I mean,
like exceptions or rules or
quid pro quos.
Yeah. Limits on wishing.
I'm gonna say more than there was 3, weren't there?
There was 3 exactly.
I was gonna say.
All right, Nathan.
Yes.
This is perfect that it comes to you.
Why?
Number of eggs Gaston eats every morning, and the number is 8.
Wait, hold on.
He knows the song.
When he was a lad, he ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help him get large. But now that he's old, he eats 5 dozen eggs, and he's roughly the size of a barge. So larger, more.
More than 8, yes, it would be 60.
Yeah. 5 dozen eggs.
Matt, the number of acres in Winnie the Pooh's woods. The number that you get is 50. More or less than 50 acres.
I like the softballs. There's 100 acres in the 100-acre woods item.
You guys your knowledge of Disney is better than I thought.
Nate would have 100% on these except for the one he got wrong of his own.
Nate, going back to how well you know song lyrics, I guess. How many thingamabobs in Ariel's possession? More or less than 30?
Less than. I believe it was 20.
It is 20.
All right, cool.
Man. Matt, films personally worked on by Walt Disney. Films personally worked on by Walt Disney, and your number is 6.
And we're doing feature length, not shorts and everything.
Right.
I'm going to go with less.
It says 19.
Wow. Huh.
I didn't realize he was involved with that many. Nate.
Yes.
The number of years since the last guest in Beast's Castle.
Okay.
More or less than 5 years.
This is in a song lyric, and it's bullshit because it's more than 5 years. Because they say that it's been 10 long years we've been rusting, needing so much more than dusting. But he says that on his 21st birthday he's going to turn into a beast, and that would make him 11 when he got the spell on him. But it's stupid, it's dumb. But 10 years. It's more.
All right, it is 10 years. We will go with that. So that is the halfway point, and right now Nathan, because Matt, you went first, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so it's at the halfway point. Nathan is ahead 8-7, and now we will move on to this general movie over and under for the second half here. So starting with Matt, the number of that's the wrong line. The Oscars won by Return of the King, and your number is 12. Did it win more or less than 12 Oscars?
Less.
It won 11.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the picture of Peter Jackson holding all of 11?
I have not, but I'm Googling it now.
All right, Nate. The number of brides for the same number of brothers, over or under 11?
Over.
It is actually under 7 brides for 7 brothers.
Whatever. I've seen that movie.
What movie is that?
7 brides, 7 brothers, 7 brothers. Stupid.
Matt.
It's a musical.
The number of D's, or the D's of dodgeball, over or under 3?
Over.
It is 5.
Oof, I would have guessed.
5 D's of dodgeball. All right. Nate, this is a softball. Wow. District in which prawns are forced to live, over or under 8?
Wow. Oh, and I actually watched this movie, kind of. I saw a little bit. It's going to be over. Because
yes.
The movie's called District 9.
I've not seen that movie. So, like, that could have been a hard one for me, because I was like, prawns, what? And then he said,
oh, man,
like,
dude, you have to see... You have to see District 9. It's really good. You'd like it.
Yeah, I bet. Right. It sounds like a good movie.
Matt, DeLorean speed needed for time travel, more or less?
An hour.
You would have lost all geek credit if you would have gotten...
Nate wouldn't be my friend anymore.
Nate, the combination of President Scroob's luggage, and my number is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it over or under that?
You have this movie on your table, Nate.
Which one is it?
I'm not telling you.
Of President Scroob's luggage, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over or under?
Over. 50-50 chance.
Oh. Tell him that he's wrong. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's President Scroob?
That's Spaceballs.
Oh.
Spaceball.
Yeah,
like,
I haven't seen it.
Like, what's the combination to their your dome? It's like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like an idiot's luggage number. Hey, that's my luggage number.
Back to Matt then. Let's see here. Age of Yoda in Empire Strikes Back. The number is 650. Is he older or younger than 650 years old in Empire Strikes Back?
900.
He is 900. You got that one on?
When
the
900 years old you reach, look as good. I think not.
Excellent. Nathan, golden camels Prince Ali has in Aladdin, more or less than 25?
He has 75 golden camels?
Yes, he does. You guys are geniuses. Back to Matt.
That was a Disney question.
I know, it got in there. I don't know. Matt, worldwide box office for Avatar, $2.1 billion. Did it make more or less than $2.1 billion?
I'm going to say less, because I thought it was like half that, but I'm totally wrong.
You are wrong. It was $2.78 billion.
Wow.
$2.78 billion for Avatar.
And 0 from me, because I've never seen it.
0 from Matt.
It's like the
Nathan,
world.
Films in the James Bond series.
Oh, God.
And your number is 21, more or less than 21 films in the James Bond series.
It's probably more.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
There's 23.
Yeah. All right.
Matt gets an easy one, maybe, for once. I hate it when people say that, because then you get like, oh, God, no, I can't miss it. Things I Hate About You, more or less than 20?
Ooh,
less.
It is less. It's
12,
10 things
8.
I hate about you.
Okay.
All right.
I've never... I don't even know what movie that is.
It's 12 things, or the 10 Things I Hate About You, starring Heath Ledger and the guy who plays Robin. I've never seen it.
Me either.
We are back to Nate. The amount the Blues Brothers have to raise.
Oh. Okay.
$2,500, more or less.
More.
Do you know how much it is?
No, I don't know. But Robbie would be mad.
5,000.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Back to Matt. The number of angry men, and your number is 8.
Ooh,
That's 12 Angry Men.
that's a good movie.
And it's a great classic.
Yes, it is. Nate, number of floors of the Towering Inferno.
I've never seen that one.
And your number is 200, and more or less floors than 200.
Dude, less.
Less is correct. It's 138.
I was like,
Floors.
that's unruly at that point.
How many dirty soldiers in Lee Marvin's unit, Matt? And your number is 18. More or less than 18 dirty soldiers.
I'm going to go with less.
There's 12.
Ooh, I had no idea what that movie is.
Back to Nate. Platform for Hogwarts Express. Your number is 8.5. More or less.
Harry Potter knowledge.
Platform for Hogwarts Express.
I've seen them all. I haven't even seen the movies, and I know this.
8.5.
Well, you've read the book.
I did. It's a little more put in your memory than the movie.
Yeah. I don't know, less.
Is more. It is 9 3/4.
Whatever. That's fine.
All right. Back to Matt. The members of the Ghostbusters, and your number is 5. More or less than 5 members of Ghostbusters.
At any one given time, or
that's unfair.
Because like in the first one, there's what, like 4, but like, do you count the receptionist? She's like a member of the corporation, and then like they keep adding and changing people over the movies and TV shows. So I'm gonna go with under, but maybe wrong.
4.
Yeah.
All right.
We're talking about the Ghostbuster lineup.
Okay. You're talking about the only one that matters.
Right.
Nathan.
Yes.
Members of the Fellowship of the Ring, and your number is 7. Is there more or less members of the Fellowship of the Ring than 7?
No, there's more.
Yeah.
Do you know how many there are?
There's at least 8.
There's 9.
All right, yeah. This is a
All right.
9.
Boromir dies.
No, I remember Boromir.
He doesn't know who Boromir is.
he does. No, he knows Boromir is. He doesn't know who Sean Bean is.
Right. No, because there's the 4 hobbits. Then there's the human, the elf, and the dwarf, and the other human that dies. Then who's the other? Oh, Gandalf, of course.
Matt, the number of men out in the 1919 Black Sox film, and your number is 9.
Do you know this one? Did you know this one when you read it, Kevin?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet you did. I'm going to say more because I don't even know what the question's asking.
The title of the movie would be 8 Men Out. So you are incorrect with that one.
I was thinking, like, you got to have 3 people out every inning. There's, like, 7 innings to a thing.
Just to give you, there's one more. We have Nate is going to give the last answer here. And currently the score is Matt 15, Nate 14.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
So, Nate, you need this one.
Why, how did that happen?
Because I got one wrong, and then eventually you got one wrong, and then I'd get another one wrong, and then eventually you'd get one wrong.
I thought I was doing well.
You will do well if you tie it up with this one.
Wrong total.
Your question is the number of humans killed by the shark in Jaws, and your number is 3. Are there less or more than 3 humans?
Over.
You seem very positive on that.
Doesn't he kill more than 3 before the boat goes out?
The answer is 5.
Okay.
5 humans killed, and we have a repeat of our first movie games where we have a tie, 15 to 15, and I have a tiebreaker ready. I came prepared this time.
Oh, good.
So the tiebreaker was neither of your options. I have a number of actors here. I'm going to name you 4 actors, and you have to tell me what common character they all played.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 actors, and you have to tell me the common character, and if the one person gets it wrong, the other person can guess a new character. All right, and your first set, we have to start with Matt, because he went first on the last one. Here are your 4 actors, Matt: Kevin Costner, Carrie Ells,
Russell Crowe, and Errol Flynn. Kevin Costner, Cary Elwes, Russell Crowe, and Errol Flynn.
I'm gonna Noah.
Nate, would you like a guess?
Is it Pa Kent?
No.
Oh.
The common character for those four.
Oh wait, no.
Would be Kevin Costner played him in Prince of Thieves. Cary Elwes played him in Men in Tights.
Oh,
it's Robin Hood.
It is Robin Hood. All right, so Nate, you get to start this one. Basil Rathbone, Benedict Cumberbatch, Rupert Everett, and Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes is correct. 1 point for Nate.
2 of those were made in the last 5 years. Oh.
All right, back to Matt. Tim Allen, Ed Asner.
I laughed because you said Tim Allen. I love him.
Tim Allen, Ed Asner, Richard Attenborough, and Paul Giamatti. Tim Allen, Ed Asner,
I know
Richard
this one.
Attenborough, and Paul Giamatti.
Tim Allen's been in like... Oh, is it the Santa Claus?
It is Santa Claus.
Okay. I'm like, Tim Allen's been in like 4 movies. 3 for Toy Story.
All right, back to Nate. Cate Blanchett, Bette Davis, Glenda Jackson, and Judi Dench. Cate Blanchett, Judi Dench, Bette Davis, and Glenda Jackson.
Wait a minute.
What?
Nah, it's just
man, I don't know, man. Jeez. Cate Blanchett, Judi Dench. Who's Judi Dench?
She's famous. She's a lady.
She played. This obviously isn't the answer, but she played Q in.
Q. I'm gonna go with Q.
No.
Judi Dench and the guy that played him in Star Trek.
Matt, do you have an answer?
Guinevere.
That's a good guess. It would be Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, okay.
All right, so whoever gets this one will be the winner, and it's Matt's turn. Your names are Tim Curry, Harvey Keitel.
Damn it!
Elizabeth Hurley, and Al Pacino.
I only get this because Nate told it me on Friday, and that's the devil.
It.
I did not know about that. Nate gave it to me.
Damn it!
The devil is correct.
I would have never guessed that in a million years if it wasn't for Nate.
Wait, who started that? Did I start that?
What?
Did I start that?
Oh wait, you need one more.
Right.
Nate needs one more for a chance to tie here.
All right, cool.
So hold on.
I'm not going out like that.
He says, "No, sir, I'm not going out."
On me. You did it Al Pacino. It's just funny because he was one of the guys.
All right, hold on 1 second. I gotta find the second page of this to look up what one more it is.
More questions.
I need one more question.
That's the one where Al Pacino's the devil. End of Days or whatever.
What did you say?
The Al Pacino as the devil. That's the End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
No, it's Devil's Advocate, right?
1 minute.
Check it.
All right, Nate, your set of actors will be the following here: Willem Dafoe,
nice,
Jim Caviezel, Max von Sydow, and Christian Bale. Willem Dafoe, Christian Bale, Max von Sydow, and Jim Caviezel.
I should know it's a Dafoe movie.
Those are actually some pretty big actors.
Yeah, and Christian Bale too.
He's done a lot, though.
Yeah. Wow. I bet this must be animated or something dumb.
That just don't look alike.
Oh, jeez. I forfeit. I'm going to say the Green Goblin.
Green Goblin would not be correct.
I didn't think so.
Matt, do you have a guess?
Batman. I went the other way.
That is also not correct, which means that Matt would still win this version, and the answer to that last one would be the opposite of the answer to the previous one, and that would be actors who played Jesus.
Oh.
Christian Bale played Jesus?
In Mary, Mother of Jesus, Willem Dafoe in The Last Temptation of Christ, Jim Caviezel in The Passion of the Christ, and Max von Sydow in The Greatest Story Ever Told.
Willem Dafoe played Jesus.
The Last Temptation?
Last Temptation of Christ, 1988.
Oh my god, I have to watch that movie after we get done here.
Dude, it was when you were it was before you were even born, so it doesn't even look like it. I mean, it doesn't even look like Willem Dafoe, you know?
I don't.
So Matt will keep the crown for now. And we'll have to wait until the next movie games to see if Nathan can take it from him. As far as coming attractions go, Blu-ray. I know you guys saw a couple things that you wanted to mention on the Blu-ray release list. Nate?
Yeah, Deathbed. The bed that eats. Yeah.
You can get that one if you want to.
Last Temptation is on Netflix streaming.
Awesome.
The Lone Survivor combo pack is out already for that film that was out in January. Also, Son of God and the 2014 version of RoboCop, all coming out this week. So if you missed Son of God, The Lone Survivor, or RoboCop early on in the year, you'll already have your option to see those on Blu-ray. As far as theater releases, a couple to mention here, and that would be the ones that come out on Thursday, which would be Tom Cruise trying it one more time with Edge of Tomorrow, and the Shailene Woodley film The Fault in Our Stars from the same people that gave us Spectacular Now last year, which was in my top 20, I believe, for films for 2013. So I'm looking forward to The Fault in Our Stars. Hopefully it's not too much alike the previous movies that he's done. So those are...
Don't think I'll be going to see that one because Nate and I saw the trailer for that at Chef, and I think I cried like 3 times in the trailer.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's definitely
I'm serious.
A tearjerker.
Wow.
It was depressing as shit.
And if you don't want to see the depressing The Fault in Our Stars, and if you don't want to see Tom Cruise do the same thing for the 16th time in Edge of Tomorrow, you'll still have a chance to go see films like Maleficent or Chef, as it was definitely highly recommended by Matt, as well as a bunch of other stuff. If you missed any of the superhero films, you can catch up on those. I know Captain America is playing in a few theaters still. Spider-Man and X-Men are obviously playing in a lot of theaters. Or if you want to really see Godzilla, you can see that. So lots of options for the theater for this week. As far as our credit conversation last week, we've dealt with X-Men Days of Future Past. I think we had a couple dozen comments on the website for that. And our question last week was, which new or returning mutants would you want to see in X-Men Apocalypse, and who do you not want to see?
I think Archangel wins the award for most people want to see him.
Yes, a lot of people mentioning Archangel or supporting people that did mention Archangel and echoing that. Who else got mentioned here?
Sinister got a couple of mentions.
Yep.
I mean, it'd be hard to do an Apocalypse movie without Mr. Sinister. I mean, he's kind of pivotal.
Who is Sugarman?
Sugarman is one of the he's one of the henchmen. I don't know if he's a horseman. He actually, you should Google him because I can't explain him well enough. His whole body is a head with 2 little feet and like 8 arms.
Oh, okay.
Covered in tattoos on his arms, I think. He's ridiculous. Sugarman's hilarious.
So Brian Jackson mentioned him. Brad Kellogg, a little not on the exact same question, but he was thinking Mystique and Wolverine could be used as horsemen. To see them taking out some of the X-Men, I guess that would be interesting. And then someone else that wanted Cyclops to come back.
A couple of people don't want Cable, or at least one person. I don't know. I want Cable. Like, I think Cable's got a more interesting story than Bishop. I think they're usually used to do the same things. And then they fought each other in when the first mutant was born after the whole No More Mutants thing, which would be never happening in the movies. It's too far down the road. But he, being Cyclops' like youngest son from the future, like interesting. He's got the whole he's got weird powers he doesn't get to use very often because they're constantly keeping the techno-organic virus in check. I think it'd take a lot of story to do him right in the movies, and I could see that being a turnoff. But I would love to see it.
If you can only choose one new mutant to be featured in Apocalypse, who would it be, Matt?
Only one new mutant.
Okay, I'll give you two. You can do two.
Well, see, if you give me two, then I would want to. I don't know. I'd want to bring in. Sinister would have to be the first one because he fits, and he's also one of the coolest guys ever. I want them in one of the spin-offs to do Jamie Madrox and spin that off into an X Factor, but I don't think he'd work in Apocalypse. But you know who would work? Layla Miller would work. So I would vote Layla Miller if I have two. One good and one bad. All
right, and what about you, Nate?
I was going to say Madrox, Jamie Madrox, but I don't know. How about, I don't know, Madrox.
He's multiple man, so he gets to be in two answers.
Yeah.
All right, and as for the question this week, I wanted to kind of change it up a little bit. We're not going to ask a specific question related to any of the topics we talked about. Instead, I would like to get your feedback on the show format itself. So the question is, which segment do you enjoy the most, or which thing that we've done do you enjoy the most? Do you enjoy hearing about the news the most? Do you enjoy hearing our reviews of the main attraction? Do you enjoy the movie games, the trailer talk, just discussing the feedback on the questions and the questions that we give to you guys each week? What part of the show do you like the best? Which one do you want to see more of? So you can give us some feedback, and we can kind of tailor the show to what you guys, listeners, are enjoying the most.
Yeah, we're doing this for you guys. We can just talk in our rooms and grab ass for hours. We don't put it out there. It's for you guys to enjoy. So let us know.
Yes. What do you like? What do you like and what do you don't like? As far as anything else, I think that does it for this week. So thanks for joining us here on MWIRE Weekly. You can call the voicemail line 502-526-5821. You can email feedback at geekcastradio.com. Best thing to do is go to the website, geekcastradio.com, find the episode post, and just join in the conversation that we have there, and we will reply and comment, or other listeners will reply, and we can have a conversation there. If you want to keep up to date with all things related to Geekcast Radio Network, just become a fan of us on Facebook. And if you want to follow us individually, you can follow me at Optimus Solo. You can follow Nate at Adolfo Shabadoo.
And Adolfo, I just want to say that Adolfo Shabadoo, I picked that name because of a character from Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. So that's where it came from.
Not a character, actor.
Oh, right, actor.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes. He's a famous actor, everybody.
He's a famous actor. It's like because I like movies, I'll have that as my name, not because I love Hitler.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Adolf.
Nothing to do with Hitler.
Or Scrappy Doo.
If we're doing asides, I want to do one, which is Gabriel Byrne, who plays the devil in The End of Days. Looks a lot like Al Pacino, so don't anyone be all mean about that. They look very similar.
And Matt, how can people follow you on Twitter?
At Fridley Scent.
All right, so follow us all and join in on the conversation at geekcastradio.com. That is it for us. Remember, for all things movies, keep tuned to MWIRE Weekly.